Okay, everybody, how you doing? This is Coach Vic. Quick training on how to use Canva. Canva is a pretty cool website where you can do a lot of design work online. They have a lot of templates and things you can use that will help you to create different advertisements, flyers, and all types of stuff. So let's go to this tab here. And as you can see from the beginning, you have different options that you can start with Canva. So you can print with Canva. So these are things that you actually print out like a poster or a business card. You have different things for your different social medias, Instagram, Facebook, you have a post, Facebook story, Facebook cover, Facebook app ad, all these things that you can use. Now, I'm going to use a Facebook cover to create an ad for it for myself, but I haven't tried the Facebook app ad, but in general, they're all the same. You have access to all the same things with your free Canva account, but this Facebook cover is what I've been playing with lately, and that's what I'm going with for now. But just real quick, you can see the other things that you can put together on Canva, different documents for like a report or a presentation, different like birthday cards and whatnot, stuff for your education, marketing, events, etc. And here's Facebook ads. So maybe I'll just use this one instead. Anyways, as we go on, what we're going to do is I'm going to do an ad for my book giveaway. So what I'll do, like I'm not an artist and I'm still learning how to make things look good. But the first thing I'm doing for my particular project is to have my ad be contrasted with Facebook's blue colors, something that will stand out that people, as they're scrolling through their feed, they will easily see it. And if they're interested, they will, take a look at the ad and see if they want to take action or not. I don't want anything that's going to blend into the background where people won't notice it. So often people use something like this that's yellow. So as you see here, I'm in the template section here. And all I'm doing right now is just kind of looking around. Now, as you can see, as I hover my mouse over these individual elements, these things are all added. I can delete them if I want. And if I do that, you can see that this is just a plain yellow background. Same thing with this text. If you end up making a mistake, you can undo it by doing Control-Z, and it all comes back. So that's fine. So what I'm doing here, I'm just looking for a nice template that I can use to help myself make something that would work well with the book cover that I have for Get Off the Bench. And right now I'm just kind of browsing. And what I often do is something that'll kind of catch my eye. I'll click it and I'll leave it. And if I see something else that I like, I'll click that as well. And if I can't decide between two different things, right? If I want this, I can change this color. This actually might work well for me. I'll copy it with this here. And now I can continue to search. And, if I see anything else that looks good for what I'm trying to do, I can select that and keep moving. I don't know why a day in life this keeps coming up, but yeah, so I'm going to keep looking. So what I'll do is I'll pause for a second and then I will basically continue when I find a couple of things I want to continue the lesson. Okay, I'm back, and now that I've selected a couple of templates, now I'm looking for a background, and it's the same process. As I'm scrolling through, I went here to say backgrounds. As I'm scrolling through, I'm just looking for different things that might resonate with my audience or with the ad I'm trying to put out there. So right now, since my book is titled Get Off the Bench, and you see me holding a basketball, a sports-themed background may be appropriate. I'm not sure yet until as I look through all these different photos that they have available for a free account. So I'm trying different things. And when I see something I like, I will make a copy and keep moving because I want to go through all of my options. So far, these sports things, like this is for like a fence behind like looks like a soccer field. This is at a track with a blue track. And these things are okay. Oh, I see this basketball here. This one looks pretty good. And it works well with what I'm doing. It might work, right? So, I'll just do this here. I'll copy the page and I'll keep scrolling through until I find something that I feel that will work. And what the object is once I get enough like different options that I feel may work, I will then go through and narrow down my selection. Just getting the colors and the whole theme and mood properly fitting in the ad as I go through all what Canva has to offer. And once I do that, then I can worry about with the actual text here. And for a Facebook ad, you don't want too much text because then it'll penalize you with too much text. They want a lot more just images and things like that. So it can basically be easier on the eye. And so there's a couple of tools you can use that Facebook allows you to see, like, hey, based on the amount of text you have in your image, will tell you how well or not this abides by our guidelines and how cheap or expensive the ads would be. Because if they don't like your ad, they won't show it to many people. Therefore, it'll be more expensive to get it to in front of more people's eyes. So I'll pause the video here again, and I'll look through that process so you don't see me like going through endless things. And then once I find my finalists, then we can go on to the selection process. Oh, one quick thing. As you're going through the different images, as you see these lines here, these lines are just watermarks. So basically it's saying this is not a free image. The ones that do not have the watermarks, like this one, there's no watermarks here. This is a free image. You can use it for whatever you want within Canva's guidelines. But this one here that has like the side of could be a basketball court, could be a tennis court, watermarks. And then to get rid of those watermarks, you have to pay. So you click this remove watermarks button here, and then you'll see that, hey, this image costs $1. Now, if you get like a Canva account, like a non-free account, you probably get a certain amount of images per month or whatever it is that you can use. Or maybe there's a discount. I haven't looked into it because I'm looking to do this for free right now, but you can easily look into that. Start your free trial here, or you can just purchase the image outright. But anyways, I'm gonna keep looking, and then when I'm done with that, then I will definitely resume the video. Okay, for the purpose of this video, I've selected a couple of different options. As you can see, I'm using the same 3D book image that I got from Fiverr. I just had somebody on Fiverr for literally $5. I think it came out 7 with tax or whatever, to take my actual book cover, the PDF version and the JPEG that I got to actually print this for the Amazon. I just gave him that, and he was able to put it on some 3D images like these books here. So you can see I threw the same image on each of these different ones. Now, what I'm trying to do, as I said, is make a good ad to show them giving the book away. Now, I picked this first one just for the contrast of colors. Now, with that, I can easily go in and change things up. I can change colors and things that makes more sense. This will stand out in Facebook, but the question is, will it make sense? Like, will it be something that is pleasing to look at and that will make people will draw people to look at it? And so you can see these default colors here. I went here and I clicked the actual fuchsia band, and I clicked this button here. So now I can create my own colors here using hex codes here, as you can see here, or just type in a word. So if I do red, and then it knows different reds I can use, right? It has a plain red and a different reds I can use. And that might work out pretty well for you if you're really good with these colors and everything. You can play with that. So, because this is a pretty simple template. Now, this template is also pretty easy to use in the sense that it was just basic colors. The template just had this rectangle of red. They took this, they made some text, made sure that the text was the same color red that I've already have here. So all the colors that I have in my layout here will be available for use other things. So I can use that for my text, use it for this text here as well. And, I can change this to say, get your copy now. And if I can spell, there we go. Get your free copy now. It depends. You don't necessarily want broadcast free, but sometimes it's not bad. It all depends on your ad copy, right? And, okay, red and yellow doesn't look great, but, we're just experimenting here. Same thing here. I took that automotive template. It has a logo, which is just an element here. I could say, are you ready to get off the bench? Question mark. I don't know what this is. I don't know if that's some kind of logo or not, but I can move these things around, as you can see, and you can see the little lines pop up to help you center things. And I can just put, get your free copy now. Get your free copy now. Or you can say while supplies last, or whatever it is, right? And this is, this doesn't look terrible. Again, I'm not a graphic designer or anything. I would probably change the color a little bit, maybe play with that a little bit more. The only thing I'm worried about, I didn't want people to think this is a book about sports. I want people to understand it's about the internet, or internet business, or just basically business and mindset in general. So this image works well with the theme of the cover of the book, but it doesn't necessarily, it may not give the impression to people who don't know what the book is about, the right impression to make them actually take a deeper look. I picked this one here. That's a good contrast with, this will be very noticeable on Facebook, but at the same time, it kind of has the same theme of this looks like a gym floor or just an old wood floor from like an older house. But either way, it kind of goes with what I'm doing, and maybe it works, maybe it doesn't. And finally, just a gradient here so you can see the text in the book very clearly. There's no distracting background. It's very plain. That may work well for you, maybe not. But again, it's very easy, it's very visible to see. The text will be easy to look at. And as people are scrolling through, this will stand out. Now, which one will I pick? I'm going to play with this a little bit more, then I'll make a decision and get back to you. All right, so give me a second here as I do that. Okay, as I'm going through and making my changes in my selection, I'm realizing I'm having a lot more power to do things that changes my decision. So as you can see, I've already changed my tagline for this yellow and red one that eventually I'll probably change the colors as well. The template came with this text box with this minor subtext box that I didn't want to get rid of, and I thought it was pretty cool to make sure that people understood what I was actually offering. So this works. It's a lot of text, and this may not be a great Facebook ad, but it's just an option. And then we look at this basketball one, pretty good, right? Not great. Are you ready to get the most out of your small business? So it helps you understand what it is, but the background seems to be a little bit too just in focus, so to speak. So I'm gonna go here and hit filter, and you can try these different filters to see if it helps what you can, get your message across a little easier and not going to change the intensity, right, of the grayscale, for example. And then, so you can change different aspects to make it easier to see your text or whatever you have. Now, right now, this, you're just playing with the filter a bit, and you can do different things. It's just going to be up to the personal preference. Like, none of these look good, for example, but you can adjust certain things like the brightness here, make it totally dark, and like, what's the point of that? But you can understand what you're doing here. I can say no filter, and then go back and change the brightness, make it darker, change the contrast a bit, the saturation. You can play with the different knobs and things like that to help you get the most out of your ad, just so it stands out and looks good. You can also crop the images if you want, if that helps you do things and that. So don't just think the image that you have is what you're done dealing with. You can change it up to make it better to suit your needs. All right. So yeah, again, back to whittling away, playing with this a little bit to get the perfect ad for no money. Okay, so even though this won't be the final result, let's wrap this training up. And so let's just say I like what I did. So for this last one here, I end up blurring the image a little bit, makes the text easier to read. I'll still probably change the colors, but let's just say I'm perfectly happy with all of these. And I'm like, you know what, these are all winners. Which one will work? Well, what I would do is I can download them all, and I can split test them. So you hit the download button, and you can select a single image that you like or all four. I'm gonna do all pages. I'm gonna hit this download button. It will make them into the PNGs or a JPEG, whatever one you specify. And as soon as it's done, now they'll give it to you in a zip. And I don't know if you can see this save dialog, but I put it there. And you can see here at the bottom here, now I can do this. I can open or I can show in folder. Let's open. I don't know if you'll see it because I'm not sharing the screen, but then you can see the PNG file. So let's actually share that screen. Let's see, new share. And give me a second. Get your copy, now share. So hopefully you can see this. And here are the different files. So let's change the view. Extra large icons. Oh, maybe because it's in a compressed folder, you can't see exactly, you can't see the preview. But just rest assured, because I can see them without having to share my screen. I'm getting the exact same images I just saw off of the of Canva. So that concludes this free training of how you can make your own different things off of Canva for free. And if you wanted to, you can get the non-free account, which you have access to a lot more templates and images and tools that make things a little easier and a little bit nicer, especially if you have a more of an artistic eye that you may want more creative control. The non-free account allows you to do that. But for most of us, the free account is all you need. You can make some pretty cool stuff with their templates and just adding your own images and your own little effects. And now you have something that's ready to be posted on Facebook with some good ad copy. All right, great. So I'm glad that you were able to check this out. Hopefully you found this is useful. And next time, make sure that you don't sit on the sidelines and get I want you to get off that bench and get in the game. And in this case, it's getting a good ad out, getting some good stuff out there with tools like Canva and whatnot. And let's make sure you keep your business on track. All right, I'll see you later. Peace.